In this video of Doc Talk, I want to discuss the biased opinions of musicians. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and this is Monday, so that means it's Doc Talk. And I really want to discuss a topic that I've really seen crop up in the last year or so. I've joined a lot of product groups, everything ranging from the Headrush to Helix to Kemper to the Boss ES8 group to the Blue Guitar Amp 1. And usually what I find is a very large group of people that are very biased to the product that they chose to use for their personal guitar rig. Really, the whole gist of this video is it's okay to be biased about what you like because that's the product that you chose that was best for you. But when you're giving suggestions to other people saying, hey, what is the best modeler, or what is the best amplifier, or what's the best pedal or delay or reverb or overdrive, distortion, whatever that is, the best is really a subjective opinion. And when you're giving somebody else some suggestions, it's usually best to be as objective as you can. And what I mean by that is, if you're looking at a delay pedal, for instance, really the main criteria is, can you have subdivisions? Does it have tap tempo? Does it have some kind of modulation? Adjustments in there that you can change the warble or maybe the tape type. And those criteria comes in a lot of different brands. Whether you're the MXR carbon copy or you're using a tone print from the TC Electronic flashback delay. There's just so many different options out there that giving someone your personal biased opinion on, well, I think the Strymon Timeline is the best delay in the world, so therefore why would anybody else want to buy anything else? Well, that's fine for you maybe, but maybe that person's not looking at the same criteria that you are. So just give some general guidelines. Be like, well, if you want something digital, maybe a Strymon Timeline might be good because you have lots of different delays in one box. You can create presets and you can store your own settings. But maybe somebody else just wants the old school Electro Harmonix Memory Man delay, which has no presets. It has a few knobs and one on and off button, and that's about it. It doesn't even have spillover, which is a huge criteria for me when I'm looking at a delay pedal or a reverb or anything else that is time-based. Usually when I turn those effects off, I want them to keep trailing off or spilling over, so that way you don't get this drastic cutoff in the middle of your delays. And let's look at amplifiers. I mean, if you're looking for something really dirt cheap, maybe the Boss Katana is the best fit for you because it has a few different sounds in it. You can add those reverb and delay effects, maybe some modulation or some other stuff. And it's light, it's very affordable, and it's loud. So if you're just starting out and you're going into a group saying, hey, what's the best amp I can get for $300? Well, there's going to be a lot of options out there for you. But I'm going to warn you, if you go into a Boss Katana group and say, hey, which one should I buy, the Boss Katana or the Fender Mustang? What are they going to say? You probably should buy the Boss Katana because that's the kind of group we're in and we already own that. So we want you to be in our group because you're way cooler if you buy the Boss Katana versus the Fender Mustang. Or let's not even talk about the Kemper, Helix, Headrush, Axe FX, Atomic Fire, all kinds of digital modelers that if you're going to go into a group like that, say the Kemper or the Helix, and say, hey, which one's the better unit, the Kemper or the Helix? Well, depending on what your group you're in, that's what they're going to say. If you're in the Helix group, they're obviously going to say, well, you should buy a Helix because it's the best unit out there and it has all these different options and routing and whatever else. But that is their biased opinion. If you go into the Kemper group and ask the exact same question, what kind of responses do you plan on getting? The Kemper guys are going to say, well, the profilers are really awesome and we have all these different effects. So obviously you should get the Kemper profiler because it sounds way better than any other digital modeler out there. And you're going to start getting really confused because you're going to start hearing this group of people saying one thing and the other group of people saying something totally different, but you're asking the exact same question. So really, I'm going to give you a few tips here on what to look for when you're buying new gear. And it's definitely not from a group of people that's going to give you their biased opinion, okay? So number one, I want you to look at what is your price range. Very simple. If your price range is $1,000 and that's all you plan on spending, you're not going to get anything extra, then maybe the Helix or the Kemper is not the right one for you. Maybe the headrush is better, or maybe a Mooer or a Boss digital modeler is going to be a better unit for you because those are sub $1,000 units, okay? That's not to say that the tones you can get from those units aren't as good as something that is higher than $1,000. And maybe there are features that just aren't there with these sub $1,000 units. Maybe you have to pay a little bit extra to get those extra features. So that's something that you have to come up with on your own, figure out what you want, what you need, and then go from there. Okay, number two is just look at the features. Okay, if you want something that has multiple different amps and multiple different effects, well, a lot of units are going to have amps, effects already in them. So it kind of goes back to the price. It's like, well, if you kind of determine that these three units have the same kind of amps and effects, then what's the price range you're looking at? Okay, so it all kind of stacks up together. And then three, what are you going to be using it for? If you are a home enthusiast and you're never really going to play out, you're never going to be in front of 10,000 people playing a rock show or whatever else, then what does it really matter how much you're spending? Does the quality of the sound you're getting really justify the price range that you're looking at? And when it comes to that point, you can really get whatever you want. If you have the money, if you got just an extra $3,000 sitting around, go out and buy an Axe-Fx, or go out and buy one of those nice custom $3,000 PRS guitars, or whatever you want. It's all up to you. It's your money. You can choose to invest that money in the market or save it, or you can spend it on gear and really get a lot of enjoyment out of that. But at the same time, maybe you're somebody that's playing at home now, but you really desire to get into a band environment and you want to be able to transition from that studio to the stage kind of scenario to where, all right, I got my pedal board here and my amplifier. I'm ready to go out and play a jam night, or maybe start playing with some friends and writing some songs, and bam, now you got a band. And now you maybe have a following and you're playing more shows, and maybe you're going out on tour. You know, things could escalate pretty fast, and you want to make sure that you're choosing the gear that's going to help you grow along with your abilities and also your overall experience in music. I know there's a lot of different things to consider here, so let's just review one more time. We got the price, we got the features, and is the gear going to be able to grow with you depending on your level of experience? And depending on where you ask those questions, you're going to get wildly different answers because of that bias that we all have. Now with me, I prefer, you know, having a phone with a little slidey finger touchscreen thing. So because of that, I naturally go for the headrush style of products because it has the big touchscreen. I can just drag my finger across and add effects and add amps and move around the signal chain, all kinds of different stuff. That's just what I prefer. I'm not a huge push a knob, turn a knob kind of guy, but maybe you are. Maybe you like just pushing and turning knobs, and maybe the touchscreen is a little bit too confusing for you. It doesn't matter. Whatever you like, that's what you get, okay? Based on the price range, based on the features, and based on the user experience. Just keep all this in mind when you go into a group and you want to try and get some unbiased opinions. It's not going to happen. You're going to get totally biased opinions. They're going to be very subjective, and it's going to be rare that you're going to find anybody that's going to be overly objective about anything, okay? So consider this video, consider what we're talking about here. And when you're looking out to go and buy your next piece of gear, have your criteria set and, you know, read a few different reviews, but take everything with a grain of salt, okay? Make sure you get the unit in your own hands. Make sure you play through it. If you connect with it, great. Then that's the right product for you. If not, then go and search for something else. And just keep searching till you find the product that you can connect with. All right. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you have not done so already, please feel free to subscribe down below and click the bell so you'll be notified every time I release new content. And if you want to support the channel, there's multiple ways to do that. You can go on my website and buy a t-shirt, or you can also sign up for my Confident Musicians community, where you will learn about music theory, gear, and recording. So all the links are down in the description. And until next time, I am Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.